Hello and welcome back to another video. This is American English with this guy. I am this guy. My name is Brent. I've been an English teacher in the United States for 20 years, and the goal of this channel is to help you improve your English. And the goal of this video is to give you 5 small phrases to make you sound more like a native. I'm walking along a little trail not far from a river. I have been here once before this past summer, and I filmed a video all about terms we use when we're near the water. I'll put that video in the description box below, just in case you want to check it out. Yes, I know the title of this video has something like sound more like a native, but if you have been following this channel for even a little while, I hope you know that I have an opinion that you should not try to sound like a native. You should always try to keep that accent that you have, because that's going to make you unique. I recently put up a poll on the channel wondering, do you think it's important to sound like a native? And it was pretty split. About 50% of the people who answered thought that, yeah, you should try to sound like a native. But Ibrahim, a long-time subscriber, I think put it best that it is really totally up to you. Even though I'm an English teacher, I have an opinion. It's really up to you, the speaker. Do you want to sound like a native or not? Well, this video is going to teach you 5 small phrases to sound more like a native, but my personal opinion, you should always keep that really cool accent. The first phrase I would like to teach you is, correct me if I'm wrong. We often say this when we are not exactly sure about something, but we think we know the answer. Let's say Jamie, my wife, maybe you've seen her, she's been on the channel before. Maybe we are trying to think of something to eat for dinner, and maybe she suggests fish. But she might think that I don't like fish. She could say, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't like fish. And she would be correct. I don't really like fish. But just to say, correct me if I'm wrong, means I think I might know the answer, but tell me, correct me if I'm not right. Correct me if I get it wrong. Tell me the right answer if I have it wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can put this at the beginning of your sentence or at the end. Maybe I'm meeting you for the first time and I think you've been studying English for 5 years, but I'm not sure. I could say, correct me if I'm wrong. You've been studying English for 5 years. You've been studying English for 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong is a great phrase to use when you think you know the answer, but you're not exactly sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last week you said you didn't have to work this weekend. The next English phrase I would like to teach you to sound more like a native is more or less. We use this phrase when the answer is mostly yes, but a little bit no at the same time. When Jamie is talking to me about fish, maybe I like fish a little bit, but I don't really want it right now. I could say, I like fish more or less, but I don't feel like it tonight. So I'm right by the river now. If someone asks you if you can swim, you don't want to say, more or less. I mean, you could drown. You want to be sure that you can swim before you get into the water. Maybe I ask one of my children who has a big project due at school tomorrow. I may say, hey, did you finish that project? If they answer me, more or less, I probably won't be too happy. I want to make sure they actually did that project so they don't get a bad grade. But someone could ask you if you're good at English, and you could say, yeah, more or less, meaning I'm pretty good. I'm not perfect. Maybe I ask that same child of mine, hey, did you clean your room? And if they say more or less, I might think, okay, it's not perfect, but it's cleaner than it was before. Wow, that sun is really bright. The days are pretty short where I live in Maine in December, and this sun is a little bit hard to shoot with. I hope that the lighting isn't too bad for this video. The next phrase I want to teach you is, you feel me? You feel me is what a lot of native speakers will say when they mean, do you understand me? You feel me? You feel me? Do you understand me? So let's go back to my child who hasn't done their project yet. I might say, hey, you need to do that project now. You feel me? Meaning, do you understand me? Do you understand how important this is? You feel me? Maybe you just went out to dinner with a friend and your meal wasn't that good, and you want to know if your friend feels the same way. When you're walking out of the restaurant, you might say to them, hey, that meal wasn't that great. You feel me? Meaning, like, are we connecting? Do we feel the same way? Do you feel the same way I do? Maybe you're studying something really hard for English with a friend and you're struggling with it. You may say to that friend, wow, this is hard. You feel me? Meaning, are we thinking the same way? So you feel me could mean, do you understand me? Or it could mean, do we feel the same way? You feel me? Friends is one of the funniest shows on TV. You feel me? So let's review. You're not going to get rid of that cool accent you have, right? You want to be clear, you want to be understood. You can throw in a feel me every so often, but you don't want to lose that accent. I'm just thinking of some people I've recently spoken to on Zoom, some channel members. Nori, she has an awesome Hungarian accent. Elena has a very cool Russian accent. Luke, don't lose that Polish accent. Adriana, cool Polish accent. Rod, great Brazilian accent. Keep those accents. Ibrahim, Egyptian accent. Keep it, don't lose it. And I've spoken with Ibrahim about this. He feels me. We're on the same page. We're on the same page is another way to say we are thinking the same way. All right, number 4. I'll do the next one, but only if you promise not to lose your accent. Okay, here we go. The next one, number 4 is, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Native speakers will often say, let's go with that, when they don't really want to argue about something. Maybe they agree almost, but they really don't want to bother with trying to change that person's mind. So let's say Jamie and I were going out to dinner, and maybe she really wants Italian food. She actually likes Italian food. And maybe I'm feeling Thai food. Thai food is becoming popular here in the United States, and I actually do love Thai food. But maybe we had been going back and forth with each other for a couple minutes. Let's get Thai. No, I don't really feel like Thai. No, I really want Italian. And she could say to me, you want Italian? I could say, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with it. Let's go with that. That means, like, let's not argue anymore. Let's just get something to eat. Yeah, let's go with that. But you could say, let's go with that when you really agree. Maybe Jamie and I are going to see a movie and we both agree on the movie we want to see. And maybe I say the name of the movie. How about Toy Story? It's one of my favorites. Came out a long time ago, so we're probably not going to the movies to see it, but let's pretend. Hey, Jamie, you want to go see Toy Story? She's like, yeah, let's go with it. So a lot has to do with the way you say it, the tone in which you say, let's go with it. It could be, nah, let's go with it, or let's go with it. And just so we're clear, I have an accent too. I'm going to be doing a collaboration with Gino at Real Everyday English. If you listen to the way he speaks and you listen to the way I speak, I have an accent to him. He has an accent to me. We don't speak exactly the same, and that's okay. So again, just in case I haven't been clear, don't lose that accent. I've been thinking about these 5 phrases for a couple days, and I've been taking notes. I came up with the 5th one today. I didn't write it down because it was so good. I thought, I'll never forget that. Well, I've forgotten what the 5th one is going to be. So I have it written down at home, so I'll finish this video at home. Oh yeah, I'll never forget that as I'm walking back to my car, having to finish the video at home. Now it's not gonna look all the same, but oh, there's a chipmunk right there. Chipmunk. I guess he was a little scared. All right, I'll see you back at home. Before I get home, I do want to show you the mobile testing site. You can just drive your car in and they'll give you a test. All right, I'm home. I found my note card. Number 5 is really good, but I guess it's just not good enough that I'll never forget it. Number 5 is come again? Come again? And we use this in 2 ways. One way is when you don't understand somebody, or maybe you didn't hear them correctly, you can simply say, come again? It's another way to say, what did you say? But another way to use come again is when you can't believe what someone just said. You heard them perfectly fine, but you can't believe it. Let's say, and I hope this never happens to you, let's say you go into work one day and your boss tells you that you are fired. You've lost your job. You could say to your boss, come again? Meaning, I can't believe what you just said. Come again? So come again can be used when you literally didn't hear what somebody said, or that you can't believe what somebody just said. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a little something from it. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe hit that like button. If you want to become a member, there are some bonuses. Maybe share this video with a friend that you know is learning English. Right up there is a video YouTube thinks you'll like. And below that is a playlist of videos I've made about all the 50 states. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.